I'd like to speak to you for a few minutes about the Rav's Elevation. In a short while, we're going to have a time when we will be able to connect directly to the energy of the Rav. Now, prior to the Rav, there was Rabbi Brandwein, there was Rav Ashlag, there was a Zohar. But nobody in the history of the world ever brought Kabbalah to the people. It was always something that was stuck in a closet, or a couple of very, very 40-year-old men studying someplace in a yeshiva in Israel. But to bring it to the lay person and to any person, to be able to understand the psychology, the framework of Kabbalah, was only Rav. And if you understand it in that vein, you can see that when Rabbi Shimon wrote the Zohar, it was very veiled, very, very veiled. And then came the Ari, also, again, part of Rabbi Shimon's soul in the Ari. And he did his writings, and again, veiled. And the Zohar that was written in a language that most people didn't understand. And so came Rabbi Ashlag, and he took the Zohar, and he made a ladder, a way of understanding the teachings of the Zohar. And then came his teacher, Rabbi Brandwein. And Rabbi Brandwein, again, formulated things in a different way until it came to Rav. And Rav was able to take the most difficult concepts and make them palatable for all of us. That today, all of us in our world can at least glimpse into the Zohar, which we've printed in so many languages and spread to millions of people around the world, all because of his work. Can you imagine if we go to Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai like Bomer, and we see all those people gathered and the light that exists? For our world and in our time, it was the Rav that allowed the people access into that world. So when you and I, have the capacity on that day to draw from his soul, to draw from his energy, we are encapsulating within ourselves the ability to take his light and bring it further into the world for ourselves, because his work was never done before. So as the Zohar was never done before Rabbi Shimon, the world had never learned Kabbalah before the Rav was able to teach it. And what I'm inviting you to do on this particular day is those of you that can be with us in Israel to stand by the Rav and to feel this enormous power and energy of what we call Amcha. Amcha means the peoples. He was able to be that. He brought this knowledge. He made the people aware of spiritual concepts that didn't exist before him. And it wasn't a simple thing to do, I can tell you, because we did the road together all the way. But Rav is for the people what Rabbi Shimon was for the Zohar and what the Ari was in his time. And I invite all of you, at least those of you that cannot be with us physically, to go into the centers, to study, to be a part of the celebration of the soul of the Rav, the celebration of the spirit, the celebration of the light and the energy which he gave to the world that no one had done before him, because he did walk where no man dared to tread. I hope to see you all there.